And it is show time. Good evening, everybody. Hello. It is 6 o'clock Central Time here in God's country, Nebraska, and it is time for the Caliber Corner weekly podcast. We've got a wonderful panel joining us this evening, and it looks like we've already got a few people out there on the YouTube side. Hopefully the video is live right now, and it should be coming across everybody's screens. And so just a heads up, we will have an episode of Caliber Corner Saturday morning at 8 a.m., and we're going to do a complete kind of recap of Thunder on the Prairie 2022, what it was about, what we enjoyed about it. We'll make a special announcement about that event and so on, and let you know what happened. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and we'll save some of the details for Saturday, but it might pop up in today's discussion. You never know. So before we do that, we've got a very special guest, which we haven't had a lot of guests on Caliber Corner in general. I mean, it's typically, us panelists and stuff, but once in a while we have panelists that are guests that join us, and hopefully this guy will be back for a few more episodes. So on my right, we've got John over here, also known as Wayward Son Custom, Wayward Son Custom Gun. So just Wayward Son Custom. All right, that works. So just tell us a little bit about you, and then we're going to come back to you and just let you just tell us everything that we need to know. So go right ahead, sir.
Everything you need to know. Absolutely nothing.
There we go.
No. Yeah. Well, let's see. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible, but grew up in Illinois, left for a while and did some interesting stuff, and now I'm back behind the Iron Curtain. But a former Marine, former law enforcement officer. I was a Marine for 6 years. While I was an MP, and the last 2 years I was a close combat instructor. After I got out, took a job with a sheriff's department down on the southern Virginia, northern North Carolina border. Was there for a while. SWAT team for about 4 years there. Moved out to Wichita, Kansas, and was on a SWAT team out there, and worked, well, not for Wichita, but one of the suburbs there. From there, went out to western Kansas for a year with the Colby Police Department out by about 50 miles from Nebraska, about 50 miles from Colorado.
And I probably drove through town a couple times.
Like right there in that little.
You might have pulled me over a couple times, brother.
No, I doubt it. No, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. But yeah, and so then moved back home to after a year there, help my mom out with some stuff, got her back on her feet and everything, and met my current wife, and went back to Virginia and worked for the Air Force as a combat arms instructor for a little over a year. And wife got really, really homesick, so we came back. Worked with the VA as a federal police officer for another year, and then as I started having more kids and everything, decided to transition out of there and everything. And so now I'm kind of at a point in my life where although I do miss law enforcement and that kind of stuff a little bit, I'm also not I'm not really focused on getting back into that. Mm-hmm. But over the years, I've been able to get a lot of training and experience, a lot of instructor certifications and things of that nature. And to me, it just kind of, after a little while, it seemed a little foolish to, not make a go of it and make a little money and have, make a living doing what you love. So YouTube channel and all that is just kind of a little, kind of a part of that.
Cool.
Because I got like a multifaceted plan. Whether it all works out or not, who knows?
Well, you made it this far, and we'll get into the channel and the website here in just a little bit. But I appreciate having you stop by this evening. And like I said, you're now going to get an invite every week, whether you like it or not, to Thursdays and Saturdays. So if you're there, you're there. If you can't, no hard feelings. It's just the more the merrier. So, yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. And also joining us from somewhere out east, we've got Single Shot. Single Shot, how's it going, man? How you doing?
Not bad. Welcome to.
What's up? What are you doing?
Driving right now. I just had to stop at a rest area there for a few minutes, take care of some business there.
That's always a good thing. So, Single Shot, by the way, he's over on YouTube. It's a single space shot ! And then he's also over on Rumble. So. What's that?
Yep. Yeah, I am on Rumble as Daywolf. Check me out there. And I also still have the single shot channel here on YouTube as well.
Cool.
And welcome to the new panelist. I didn't catch the name there.
John, Wayward Son Custom.
Hi, John. How you doing this evening? Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Not too bad. I'm a truck driver out here for 33 years, and I run all over this country many, many times.
Well, my dad's actually still a over-the-road trucker.
Is he?
He has been for, I don't know, like 20, 30 years. I'm not sure exactly. It seems like forever.
Yeah. I've got some public service background as well. Firefighter 1 from the state of Maine, hazmat materials incident commander.
Oh, not bad.
Ex-deputy sheriff for a few years. And first responder. So I got a little bit of public service there.
Yep.
And with us, he's kind of the resident expert reloader and Wildcat caliber expert and marksman. He's a jack of all trades, master of all, by the way. Just want to get that out there. So just let people know. So don't let him fool you. He's got a fantastic accent to go along with it. So accent, I should say dialect. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm picking up what, like Southern Alabama.
Oh, no, you sound.
I mean,
like
it's not thick.
from,
It's not a thick accent, I mean, it's hard to pick out.
Yeah,
there you go.
I spent most of my life up in the state of Maine, so I've got that accent. And sometimes when the guys get on there from the south, I'll pick up their accent a little bit. I spent 15 years in South Central Georgia, so
very cool. Hey, also joining us, we've got the one, the only, the man, the myth, Squib Load. Squibby, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Don't take this the wrong way, Travis.
Yeah.
But I really wish this was the right of the people, where the rules on language are a little bit more lax.
Well, we try to keep it PG for pretty good, not pretty gangsta. So
what did you call me? What did you call me?
The man, the myth, the legend?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, right now I'm more in the irascible yet lovable Squib Load mode. So
there you go. So it's kind of like how you are on Saturday mornings before your coffee kicks in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You wouldn't be irascible if you were drinking coffee right now. I'm trying to get you to become an evening coffee drinker, but you just haven't did that yet. Huh?
You got a Glock 17 in my hands. Just stop there, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
No. Just hook up an IV and just roll with it all day. That's all you gotta do.
So
get the little stand and just take it with you.
This is what the journeyman who taught me machine repair, this is the most important lesson he taught me. He said, coffee and juice in the morning, beer and wine at night. And I followed that rule since, and it's worked out well for me. So, yeah, right now, coffee would make me more irascible, but I can't drink on the job, so I'll just have to wait till I get home for a bourbon.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, you just be careful. You just be careful. You're a hardworking man. I'm sure you probably earned it. So, So as always, guys, head over to the Squib Load channel and the Squib Lift channel and the Angry Taxpayer channel. He's got like 20 channels on YouTube. There's some of them I don't even know about, and he won't tell me what they are. I have to discover them. So somehow randomly, I'm going to be clicking on something, and it's going to be like the Squib Lift Test Kitchen Appliance channel or something, and then I'm like, oh my God, he's got another channel. So you see, John, it's all about variety. It's all about variety on YouTube. That's how you get the subs. So
it's the spice of life, they say.
Absolutely.
They say it, I don't, but
yeah, man. All right, so real quick, we're going to give a shout out to everybody watching on the YouTube side, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Eduardo Espinoza out there, Tommy Gun, Defense Dad, G23, New York Outcast, Calibers 32 Special, Kingpin. I'm out there apparently too. Mike F. Jr. How's it going, sir? There you go. Alaskan Ballistics is out there. Alaskan, I appreciate you letting me know about that song. I do appreciate that. Let's see who else is out there. We've got Watt75 joining us. I got a pretty good little crew. This is the usual suspects, as I like to say. Tactical Fuds out there. Defense Dad. Kingpin was there earlier. Am I missing anybody? There's going to be more people joining in as we get going. So real quick, just shout out to our sponsors from Thunder on the Prairie 2022. I want to let everybody know who partook in this. We want to thank, again, Mead Industries, Mead Ammo for donating pretty much bottomless 9mm for everybody at Thunder on the Prairie 2022, which happened last Saturday. We had a lot of fun videos. They're starting to trickle out now from that event. I did a little recap video. I just kind of wanted to get that out there and get some excitement going so you guys can check out any videos for that event. We also had Blackout Coffee Company that kept everybody nice and wired with caffeine for pretty much 48 hours, straight. Versacary was out there. Walk the Talk America donated to us. Monstrum Tactical, Bear Creek Arsenal, SS Pawn, and people like Squib that also contributed to some of our giveaways that we did over the lunch hour. So, we had a lot of support and had a lot of fun. And we are definitely going to have a recap on that event on Saturday. But again, John, if something pops up on that and you want to bring it in, you feel free to do so. So, all right. Also joining us from out east, we've got Kingpin. Kingpin, what's going on, man? How's it going? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
you guys
Kingpin.
get over there and check out Kingpin's channel. He's my promoter. He's my Don King, and I'm the Mike Tyson. He's the guy that gets the links out there for everybody to go click on if they want to go find all these awesome channels that we keep talking about and promoting and stuff. So Gunmetal Guy USA is out there too. All right, so John, we're going to go and put the spotlight on you now and just let you kind of have at it here. So I want everybody to go over, and I put the link over there in the chat over to Wayward Son Custom. All right, so we'll start off talking about just kind of how you got into what made you decide to go ahead and make that first YouTube video, and then I want to talk about your website, and then we'll go back to your channel. But what was it that got you going into? You said one day, you know what? I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to make a YouTube video. What is it? What drives a person to do that? Because I got my own reasons, but you go ahead. Yeah.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I've got all these certifications and training and stuff, and I started trying to think of ways that I could, and there's obvious ways, start a gunsmithing shop and, give classes, that sort of stuff. And I do want to do all that, but I was kind of looking at, well, what's a good way to get some buzz out and everything. And I hadn't really thought of anything. And then one day I was watching Sensible Prepper, Suit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm watching that. And, every now and then, not knocking him, but every now and then, Suit, he misspeaks and stuff, and he doesn't edit that out. And, sometimes he nice Southern boy, and sometimes he, kind of fumbles over his words and everything. He leaves them in and everything. And I got to look at my wife, and I said, you know what? If he can do it, I think I can too. And she goes, well, you want to give it a shot? And so I did. And then, of course, first 500 or 800 videos completely sucked. But, you start kind of
get into a groove for it. Yeah.
You start get a feel and become a little less self-conscious and stop worrying about whether people are, watching or not. You just, you put out content that you like, and hope that other people show up. And so far, it's been pretty good. I'm not going to say it's all been positive, but so far I'm enjoying the ride, and it does seem to be starting to open up some of the other little avenues of the other things that I want to get accomplished. So,
okay,
yeah. So pretty much
your channel just
Southern charm, I guess, is what got me into it.
Heck yeah, man. There you go. Your channel just turned 1 year old 7 days ago. I looked it up, and you published your first video, I think June 2nd of 2021. It was kind of late pandemic when you put that video out there, and you really put out a lot of content since then. And that's cool. I think that's one thing that a lot of people wonder why they don't gain subs or why their channel's not getting popularity. And they put out maybe 4 or 5 videos, and they might be great videos, but then you just kind of, that you don't get pushed through the algorithm, or people don't stay sub to you because you're not putting out content. So, that's going to be kind of one of the keys. Tell us about your website. If people want to go over there and check it out, let's go through the website and just talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and show it to everybody, and you kind of talk us through it. Okay. You tell us what your website's all about in case somebody would happen to go there, because you got a lot of resources, you got a lot of cool stuff. So what are we looking at here? There you are.
Yeah. Well, on the first page, it's not, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm always current on it, but try to keep some of the more, a couple of the more recent YouTube videos on there, give people canvas with the channel, and then a brief little bio of myself, of course, contact information, and, just your basic boring homepage. Stuff that people a lot of times gloss over, but as you can see there, you can reach me by email. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Patreon, just started full 30. So, and there are some other platforms I plan on adding as well as time and resources allow.
Very cool. There was a question out there for you from Calaveras 32 Special. He had been asking, let's see here, what firearms platforms do you work on? What are you most comfortable on?
Well, I get kind of pigeonholed as the Glock guy or the faux Glock guy. I can't talk. Glock guy or the not a Glock guy. But I do love the Glock platform. I love its simplicity and its reliability, and also there's an infinite number of aftermarket parts. I mean, I have some actual custom Glocks that I do, and then, you know, I've worked with just about every frame that they have for them. I mean, even down to the more obscure ones like the FMK AG1 frames that FMK Firearms makes, and you know, Nomad and all the Polymer 80 branded stuff, and you know, Grey Ghost Precision, and you know, just it goes on and on. So the majority of what I do is custom Glock builds. Not any particular caliber, although I will say most of my Glock builds tend to be the G19 platform. That's just because there's more aftermarket support for that than there is the others. I actually prefer the 10 millimeter over the 9 millimeter as far as caliber goes, and so I would really like to do more 10 millimeter builds, but there's not quite as much support for that. But in addition to that, I do AR-15s, Ruger 1022s, AR-10s, Mossberg 500, 590, and Maverick 88 shotguns, Remington 870s. Just recently started in on some SIG P320s, and hopefully I'll start doing some more of that. I love H&K, but there's not really a lot of aftermarket support there, so customization for HK is kind of Spartan. If more parts become available, and you know, there's a way that I can really really get a custom HK going, then I'll do that in the future too. But I do Beretta 92 and 96 FSs as well, a little bit of everything, but main focus is admittedly Glock oriented, but that's not the only thing I do.
What's your take on the PSA Dagger as a platform to build from?
I'm sorry, I talked over you. I'm sorry.
Oh, what's your take on the PSA Dagger as a platform to build from, since that's kind of the new thing now that a lot of guys are doing their own builds off of? What do you think of the Dagger?
Well, I like to think that I was one of the first ones. I know I wasn't, but it all depends. What I've found is I really like the ergonomics on the Dagger frame. It just really feels really nice in my hand. I would say, as far as the Glock platforms that I've handled thus far, and that's most Glock style frame or Glock platform frames, the Shadow Systems Corporation frames and the PSA Daggers, to me, are the most ergonomic. To someone else they may not be, but to me they are. And it's a pretty good little jumping point, because you can get your frames a la carte. You can get them with a trigger, without a trigger, without the trigger control group, complete, and at different price points. And I mean, the most expensive one that you get is $99, and that's for a complete frame, and all you gotta do is drop a slide on it. And I've dropped Wilson Combat triggers in them, and the nice thing is everything except for the locking block and the pins are all Glock G19 Gen 3 compatible. So anything that'll fit a G3 Gen 3 G19 will fit in there. For some reason they chose to cut corners on the pins, and they use roll pins. Makes no sense to me. And they are not easy to get out. I will tell you that much. You need a jackhammer, and and you need to start praying.
Yeah, I've had some nightmare builds and some nightmare customizations of my own that I've done, and it's just like, what have I gotten myself into?
Exactly.
Or some disassembly jobs where it's like, I hope this goes back together.
Right.
Defense Dad's got a comment for you. He said that that's because HK doesn't need improvement. So I don't know. Isn't their trigger kind of like breaking pieces of plastic when you pull the trigger? I don't know. Is that kind of?
I don't know. I don't know. I own a VP9 SK, and I've owned a couple of different USPs, a compact 357 SIG and a full-size 40, and I loved them. And just about my favorite long gun of any kind, although I guess you could break it down into my favorite sub gun, is the MP5. I mean, that is one of the most accurate, funnest little 9mm. I mean, to me, that's the pinnacle of a 9mm long gun. And so, I mean,
they're awesome. I've never fired one before, but really well.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I've got a Gunsmith legally modified trigger pack for my Setme C308 battle rifle, and it's a G3 or G36. I can't remember what it was, but it's an MP5 trigger pack that's been modified to single shot, to single fire. From full auto, and it's amazing. I couldn't imagine the full gun. Just looking at that trigger pack alone and how awesome that is, you know. Yeah.
They're definitely sweet. And so, I mean, I kind of agree with Defense Dad in a way. I mean, they are very sweet firearms, regardless of what you're talking about, whether it's their long guns, their handguns. It doesn't really matter. They are really good quality guns. But I also agree with you, Travis. Some of their triggers, not all, but some of them are not the best. I mean, they're not
going to be
horrible,
desired, you know. Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Now, I did own a P9S at one point, the old one of their first polymer ones, single stack 9mm, and that had a phenomenal trigger on it. It felt a lot like your CZ Shadow too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was almost like a 1911 trigger.
Yeah,
and so that's pretty cool. And something going back to the dagger, something that I've done a couple of times now, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I've gotten a lot of questions about it, is I've done a couple of daggers, and I've done them as 40 Smith & Wessons. And, I've had comments about, well, it's only a single pin and all that. But here's the thing. Glock hasn't done a double pin the entire time they've done the Gen 5s. I mean, they went back to the single pin because they found they didn't really need it. And so far, I've put several hundred rounds of 40 downrange through one of my daggers, and I've had absolutely no problem. And the beautiful thing is, all you got to do is pull out the ejector and replace it with a 40, and
good to go.
Get the right slide on there, right caliber slide, and boom, you're in business.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. New York Outcast has a question for you. Can you pimp out a high point? He's just asking for a friend. So,
Adam Birch, is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I have no idea who he's. Is that a YouTuber or what? I probably should know who this person is.
Adam Birch is one of the peanut gallery that every time I post a custom gun video, or I have a live stream, he always wants me to pimp out a high point. I mean, it's relentless.
But usually they already come that way from the factory, either hydro dipped in dollar bills, or they've got the American flag, or they've got like 6 different kinds of camo, or
right.
You got a lot of options. So yeah,
I mean, and of course, high points are such good quality that I'm not even allowed by state law to buy a high point pistol. I can get the carbine.
Well, they've got a low melting point, and that kind of makes them something that
But see, yes. I see that as a bonus, because when you run out of rounds, or it jams like after the first round, then you can just melt it down and make bullets for your other guns. It seems
Zamac bullets
that way.
Yeah. Going back to your website here. So now talk to us about your store. All right. So you've got some interesting packs that you offer, and you also review. And we'll get to your YouTube channel a little bit, but you do a lot of subscription packs. What's your apparel about? What's your Dragon pack all about? What are we looking at here?
All right. Well, my t-shirts, that's, pretty simple. Get the name out there and everything. So, t-shirts are kind of self-explanatory, except for maybe the band edition. There's a story that goes behind that one.
Tell us about the band edition t-shirt. This is pretty cool.
All right.
Well, it's a sad story, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So this kind of goes hand in hand with the Dragon packs anyway. So I'll just kind of roll it all in together if you don't mind.
Go right ahead, dude. Yeah.
All right. So I'm doing all these subscription videos, right? Because, I want to have something that's not just guns on there, and that's why I've also started to branch out into doing knife reviews and other gear and stuff. And I'm going to continue to try to expand that. But anyway, so I'm doing all these subscription boxes, and some I actually really enjoy, and then there are others that just frustrate me like every single month. And one of them is Tac Pack. Yeah. But the thing is, I can't get rid of Tac Pack because it's my it's everyone's favorite pack for me to
well, you get a lot of views when you show off that, especially if you're one of the first ones to show off what's in that box. I remember I used to come home from work, like I would still be in my work clothes, and boom, hey guys, we're gonna do a live Tac Pack unboxing. You know, I did a lot of those, and people would watch it, and they're kind of interested in what's gonna come out there. You know,
and so after about, I don't know, the 300th or 5 millionth Tac Pack in a row that disappointed me, I just kind of in disgust, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I'm like, you know what? You know, something like a monkey on crack could do better than curating these things or something. I should just do my own. Well, I thought I was just pretty much joking, but then I started seeing comments on the video where everybody, because I actually do read them. Anyway, I started seeing all these comments. I'd buy one. You should do You should do your own kind of take on that. And after about 10 or 15 comments about, we do, I'd be interested in that and everything. I thought, I talked over with my wife, and I'm like, what the heck? Why not just, try it? And then so my logo is a dragon, as you can see. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. We'll call it the Dragon Pack, I guess, for lack of a better term. So the idea was to see if I could actually curate some different boxes that would be better than Tac Pack. But since I don't have the resources that Tac Pack does, it became pretty apparent that an actual subscription where, like, say, if 500 people ordered it, 500 people would get the same knife, the same T-shirt, the same hat, the same this, the same that, that it would be much easier and everything for me to curate mystery boxes. So every single Dragon Pack, even if, say, if you buy an EDC Dragon Pack and Defense Dad bought a EDC Dragon Pack, you guys would not get the exact same box. Now, you might get one item that's the same, but then like 3 or 4 other items that are different. So we've got a number of different ones. We've got an AR-15 Dragon Pack. We've got an EDC edition. We've got a Glock box. And actually, the very first Glock packs that I sent out were all polymer 80 frames with frame completion kits, so the trigger and all that stuff. And so all they had to do was a little bit of milling and drilling, and boom, they could put it together. How is the industry, these companies that you're contacting about supplying what you need to do these packs? How are they treating you since you're not a massive customer like Tac Pack or Midway or Brownells? What's that experience like? Because you're one of the few people that I know that actually offers something like this. We've all got T-shirts, we've all got stickers, we've all got patches, we've all got Patreon giveaways and stuff like that, but you're one of the few people I know that does their own box giveaway. That's not a well-known box like Blade and what was the one you did? Blade and Barrel and Blade, or Tac Pack, or whatever else is out there. And I think that's really cool. So what's like trying to source stuff to make these things? Well, see, that's the beautiful thing. Since they are all completely different, they're just mystery packs instead of a subscription. Everyone's a one-off. I mean, if you buy one and you don't like it, you don't have to buy another one. You're not locked in any subscription. You don't have to worry about unsubscribing. But so that makes it easier on everyone. But also, what makes it really easy for me is I don't have to worry about trying to secure thousands of one item and then try to find the exact same amount for another one. So basically, what I have done is some of these companies that I have affiliate relationships with, like VersaCarry. Guess what? In the EDC packs, here's a spoiler: you might just get a VersaCarry holster because I get a good deal on them. They're willing to work with me on that. Just like Defense Dad was able to help out Thunder on the Prairie. Because they're a great company to work with. Monstrum Tactical and yeah. And so I also have an affiliate relationship with Olight, and I love Olights, and everybody seems to love Olights. So
Sorta, until you post reviews, and then you either get called a shill, but you still get people to watch your videos.
Right.
No, they're
Yeah,
like, oh, the big pocket OLED.
I'd probably just tanked your entire channel right here. Just
No, dude. I tested their stuff. I usually give the flashlights away as giveaways because I would test the heck out of them and then send them off to viewers. It's like, well, I'm gonna test it on a gun. I'm gonna run it over. I'm gonna throw it in a bathtub. I'm gonna drop it. I've actually broken one or two of their lights before and actually left that in the video. Don't do that if you want them to contact you. They kind of blacklisted me for a couple of years, but what do you do, right? So, but I got nothing against OLED. I mean, a few people here have their products, and Chinese made or not, whatever, they're still a very solid light. And there's great American companies too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Streamlight's awesome. Surefire is amazing. But not everybody's got $275 for a tactical flashlight.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, and that's like everybody would like to see say a Civivi Elementum or something like that show up in their box, but I'm not a Civivi or a Wee Knives Company affiliate, and so that makes it a little harder.
It's a $50 knife. I just bought one a couple months ago. Love it, but it's a $50 knife. And so you've got to be able to negotiate it so that you can make a little off of it because you're taking your time and your money and shipping and that price you're showing includes shipping, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And we're talking that's $13 to $15 right there, if not more, depending on where people live to ship their box out.
And that's why for right now I've got just a few companies that I'm working with, and then also hey, if I see a sale on something like I saw a sale for Comfort Tech belly band holsters. Well, it just so happens that I had used one. Little TMI here, but I had a vasectomy and I was out of commission for a couple of weeks. Wasn't supposed to do any heavy lifting, wear loose pants and all that kind of stuff. So I couldn't really, sweatpants don't really hold up an inside waistband holster or an outside waistband.
Shorts are horrible too. Yeah.
So I actually got for 2 weeks. I wore one every time I went somewhere because I still continued to carry, and I really found them to be great quality. And so I found a sale on them. I mean, I got them for a song, and I bought like 15 or 20 of them. And so some of the EDC packs would get those. And so a little bit of it is just kind of luck of the draw, but also a lot of it is just working my affiliate relationships, like with Bastion Gear. They make a lot of really good quality aftermarket like base plates and plates and stuff for Glocks and AR-15s and stuff. Well, they also have a couple of really nice EDC knives that they came out with that I've done a review on both of them, and I actually liked them enough that I actually used my discount to buy a couple more and sent those out in EDC packs. So right now I'm not really operating on like huge margins as far as profits go or anything. I'm right now. It's I really don't care if I make a bunch of money off of it as long as I cover the cost of the package and I can get some good gear to some good hardworking people. The way I look at it is my reward will be good word of mouth. And if I get bad word of mouth, then you know what? I even have a video. It's entitled Dragon Pack Reviews, and I set that up just so I don't really say much on it, and I'm not answering any of the comments on it. It's solely there for people to leave reviews, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah. See, it's unique and it's something different. And again, just for the record, you're not paying me anything to have you on the show tonight. I just want people to know that this is kind of cool that you offer this. If you want to do something different, there's people out there saying that they're going to be dropping their tack packs and they want to maybe try yours or try a different service. And then now let's also talk about this on your YouTube channel. I don't want to get away from the website just yet, but you open up a lot of different monthly subscription packs. How many different subscriptions do you have?
Wow.
5, 6, 7, 8. What are you up to? Yeah.
Well, it all depends because basically I give them all 3 strikes. If they go 3 months in a row of just giving like crap that they found on Wish and decided to put in a box, then they're gone. And I've actually got a couple of subscriptions that I will not. I don't care how many people want them back on the channel. I just won't do it. But right now I've got Tac Pack. Just started Barrel and Blade's monthly Knife of the Month Club. They just this month Barrel and Blade just started a knife specific subscription. So that's the one you alluded to earlier.
Yeah, I watched your video on it. Just I think it was last night when I saw it. So
and I do let's see, I do all the one-offs like the Glock boxes and the Christmas editions and everything, attack packs. I do Crate Club, which is a quarterly subscription, so that's only every few months. And then I do Club Grunt Style as far as t-shirts go, Nine Lion Apparel Patriots Club as far as t-shirts go. I've tried Ranger Up, and I discontinued those because honestly nobody cared. Nobody watched those. I've tried Patriot Pro Supply. Nobody really cared about that. So then now I just added Zero Foxtrot, the Afterlife Club, which is a t-shirt club.
Okay.
At one point or another, I've had the Knife of the Month Club, Monthly Knife Club. That's what it is, the Onyx Plan.
Okay.
I've done Club Tack, and will not do them ever again. I've done there's
so many of them out there. It's like, this is kind of cool because somebody can watch it and be like, I don't know if I want to do $50 a month towards this, or 65 or 200,
And Shield Box, that's been a sleeper box for me because it's kind of a law enforcement oriented. You don't have to be a cop to get it, but it's kind of law enforcement oriented. And I was a little skeptical, but I decided to try it. And so far, it's been one that I really have not been utterly upset with at all. There's been a few boxes that are better than others, but overall, Shield Box. And the funny thing is even though it's geared more toward law enforcement, I have found that there's a lot of regular civilian EDC uses for most of the stuff that they curate in them. I've also done Gotham Crate. I've done a lot of. At any one point in time, I usually carry about anywhere from 5 to 8 of them at a time.
That's cool, man. Mike F. Jr. out there says, they just got my third Wayward Son pack. Have not been disappointed. So there you go.
He even got one that has not gotten a lot of attention. As a matter of fact, so far, I've had multiple people buy other Dragon packs, but there's 2 that I've had almost no interest in, and I don't understand it, guys. One is the Sensible Prepper, and that's not like Such's channel, although he may sue me.
It's CENTS -IVLE. It's a completely different word. It just sounds the same, but it's not spelled the same.
Right. I was trying
to McDonald's, McDowell's, the Big Mac, the Big Mick,
and while this jarhead's sitting here eating a crayon, that's about as clever as I can get, right? Stealing off of other people. But anyway, that's geared toward products that are I don't want to say it's geared toward women because men might like it too, but it's stuff like Scentsy and Bed Bath & Beyond, Bath and Body Works, wax warmers and lotions and
which as a former married man, I just want to say, if you go buy that stuff, it's not cheap. It's very expensive. You guys, if you got a significant other that shops at Bed Bath & Beyond, do you realize they're spending $15 to $20 for a bottle of shampoo? Nothing against it. I never told my ex she couldn't, but I'm just saying, and if you could get this in one little box and say you got $100 worth of good smelling stuff in there, man, you might be saving some money. So maybe get that for your significant other, and then who knows, you might get some brownie points with them. So
or say you want to order a Glock pack. Well, if you buy her something too, it might smooth that over. And then the other one that nobody wants to mess with, I guess maybe I just don't have any female viewers or guys that have females in their lives, but the Dragon Charmer is actually an EDC box that's geared specifically toward women. Things like concealed carry purses, or nowadays they make a lot of gear like holsters and stuff that's made to conform to a woman's body versus a man's, and that sort of stuff. But so far nobody's pulled the trigger on that, and Mike F. Jr. is actually the only person that I can think of that's bought the Sensible Prepper. So.
One thing on your YouTube channel, there was a question on the internal chat here. You don't have your website address on your about page of your YouTube channel,
right?
So maybe put some contact info over there so that people know where to find it. We're posting your links and stuff so people can find your YouTube page and stuff like that. So
and actually this kind of ties in a little bit with I started rambling and I got away from the whole band T-shirt thing, but the reason I don't link to, directly to my website is just
YouTube. Yes,
it is because I sell gun parts and stuff on there, and I don't want to get a strike from YouTube for selling on my own stuff. So
go ahead.
So you're not allowed to directly link to any site that sells guns or ammo, that sort of stuff. And so although I'm not selling either of those two things, I did get in trouble with PayPal. And that's where the band story leads.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get in similar hot water with YouTube just now as it's starting to take off a little bit. So anyway, the band edition T-shirt, which is becoming a fan favorite, so to speak, came about because of my Dragon packs, and that's where I kind of went off the rails. The Dragon packs, I started selling those and everything, and of course in the descriptions it tells you right there the AR-15 boxes have AR-15 parts, the Glock boxes have Glock parts, and the EDC boxes will have like stuff like holsters and flashlights and knives and all that. Well, after about 3 days, a total of like 3 days of having these offered on my website, I get an email from PayPal, because PayPal was one of the options for payment on my website. And they told me that, now their verbiage, not mine, I was permanently disallowed from doing business with PayPal. And went on to really go into great detail about this. I needed to immediately stop using any mention of PayPal on my website. I had to immediately stop accepting PayPal as payment. They held the money in my PayPal account for 6 months. And I'm not allowed to they shut down my PayPal account. I'm not allowed to get a new one. I'm not allowed to use another one. Yeah. So they effectively banned me for life. And so I did a video, kind of a half rant video about it. But basically I wanted people to know that they weren't going to be able to use PayPal on my website anymore, and that I had replaced it with Klarna. So now they could, pay in full if they wanted to. Well, some of the comments, some of the people that watched the video commented, well, that's not such a bad thing and everything. And then one of them, my High Point fan, Adam Birch, he says, well, maybe you should look at it as a badge of courage or a badge of honor. And I was like, you know what? I should. So then I did a Band for Life giveaway. I gave away a bunch of stuff, and I decided to make a special edition shirt. So it's my logo with a band stamp across it. And normally my shirts have my tagline, "Watch Your Six and Carry On" the back.
Yeah.
Since it's the band edition, it says "I'm with the band," BANNED.
It
Again,
says BAND,
Yeah. Again, trying to be clever. But yeah, so those have actually been a pretty big hit for me.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand.
Band.
When you watch these videos, it gets old for us having to tell you this, but I've gone back and actually deleted basically every affiliate link that I could that goes to a gun manufacturer. I've had to go back and delete all those things. I can say in the video, hey, use this code for a discount, go here, but I don't put links in it. And you guys got to understand, at any point, we don't want our videos to get taken down. We don't want anything to get restricted. We want to leave our content up there, but there's a set of rules you got to play by on YouTube. So we try to follow those as much as we can. And one of them is links to, firearms manufacturers or gun distributors or parts distributors, just to be careful. I mean, I haven't had anything major happen to my channel, but, I do have videos that have been, limited or no ads slapped on it, because they were things that YouTube, said were not necessarily prohibited, but just not something that could be monetized. So it's kind of a fine line that you walk, especially once you get monetized and stuff like that. But so I can see why maybe you don't have the links on there like people might be expecting,
Well, I mean, like I have an affiliate relationship with Borelli, and they have sales all the time. You can get some really good deals on guns and ammo and stuff, but I can't link directly to it. All I can, I just wind up saying, well, I've got a bunch of pew pew kind of related links over on my website. Check out the affiliate page, and if people check it out, they check it out. If they don't, they don't. But there's not a lot I can do about it.
So real quick, before we talk about your YouTube channel and what it's been like growing your channel and so on, Single Shot, do you have any questions for John at all before we kind of move on to talking about his YouTube channel?
Not right at the moment here. Get that mic down in front of my face here.
See, so John, once you start holding guests and stuff, there's always this little pause. There's this moment of panic you haven't experienced since teaching with Zoom in the classroom. Is there anybody on the other side of the line? Is there anybody there? Can you hear me? Yeah, go ahead, Single Shot. Yeah.
Yeah, sometime if he gets a chance, I'd like to get direct contact there with him, because I am looking for a few things. So
cool. There you go.
Hey, that's not a problem. Just hit me up on email, and we can connect that way. at least to start off with. And it's real easy. Wayward Son Custom Gun at gmail.com.
All
And
right.
You
All
guys,
right.
you guys heard it there first.
And my contact stuff, my contact info is on my website too. So as long as you just remember to put the gun at the end.
Yeah, because you might start getting emails
Yeah,
back.
And see, again, originally I just wanted Wayward Son Custom. That was going to be it. But my wife, when she was designing my logo, I drew the dragon, and then she put she added the words. Well, she added gun on it because she thought that's what I wanted. And so it's this logo, that was the logo. We just kind of went with that. But
let's see. Kingpin, do you have any? Oh, go ahead, single shot.
Travis, if you have his number, you can give him my contact info.
Okay, I'll do that after we get done here. No problem, man. We'll do.
Cool.
Sweet. Kingpin, any questions at all for John before we talk about his YouTube page, his YouTube channel?
Well, it's kind of going to lead into the YouTube channel, because my question would be, doing the YouTube channel, do you feel like it's sharpened you up as a businessman? Or because you said you kind of got into it kind of just for the heck of it, to see what would happen. But what most people do, not me, but other people do, is they get better camera equipment, they get better mics, they get better editing equipment to put out a better visual product for a YouTube video. So do you think that that's the directing and all the production that goes into making a decent YouTube video? Do you think that's made you more focused on sharpening up the business end, or does that still just a bunch of fun for you and you don't really care what happens with the social media stuff?
Well, that's a really good question. As far as how it ties into like a business philosophy, or sharpening, your instincts or your focus or any of that kind of stuff, I do think it's helped out quite a bit. And I think that the main thing is when I first started off, I have a bunch of goals that are kind of interlocked and interwoven. And so I'm kind of doing a little bit here and a little bit there and just trying to grow it all slowly. And the one common theme is the YouTube channel, because that allows me, whenever I do start doing something different, like say when we started offering t-shirts for sale, well, guess what? I can advertise on my channel and say what I want to about them. I don't have to worry about somebody else censoring that to an extent.
Yeah.
And so what it's allowed me to do is kind of branch out and kind of do my own thing for the most part with my own rules. And, as far as sitting down and trying to work out production schedules and that kind of stuff, I think it does help you as far as getting your priorities set. And I mean, because, I've done as many as 8 videos in one night, because as Travis alluded to earlier, I do a lot of subscription unboxings, and sometimes those will all come on like one day. And so I may wind up doing 8 videos in one day. And then I sit down with my wife, who, God bless her, she helps me out with my editing and stuff. So because I still work a full-time job right now, and on top of everything, so it is really helped me get into the the kind of day-to-day. Here's the schedule. This is what we need to do, and then also it's started helping me out as far as networking and learning how to grow a customer base and that sort of thing. Because let's face it, as a YouTube creator, even if you don't sell any merch at all, you sell absolutely no swag or do no giveaways, your subscribers, your viewers, they're still your customers. I mean, you're giving them something, and the social contact that you get something back, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's likes or subscriptions, or whether they actually do ultimately buy something from you or what have you. And so it's really got me thinking, and geared toward building relationships, not just with companies, but with people too. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to grow any business, is those little relationships you have. And I mean, like my overall goal, and it's kind of funny because I was telling them at Thunder on the Prairie, Nebraska Shooters is very close to what I'm looking at doing. Because like I said, I've got, I don't want to bore everybody and make it sound like I'm bragging, but I have a lot of, like firearms and taser and ASP and self-defense. I've got all kinds of different instructor certifications, and I'm a certified gunsmith, a Glock armor, that kind of stuff. And so the way I look at it is I could like open up a range and teach firearm classes all day long and call it good. But why do that? I have so many other interests that are gun and knife and, just martial arts, because I consider guns a martial art. Anything to do with war, weaponry, fighting, that kind of stuff. But why just pigeonhole yourself in one thing? So for me, starting off with YouTube is a way to kind of cohesively blend everything. Because right now we have the YouTube channel. Hopefully, before too long, I'll actually be at a point where I could get monetized. Right now, I'm just lacking subscribers, and hopefully those will fall in place before too awful long.
We're trying to help you, man. We're trying to get you.
I know, and I appreciate it, Travis. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys need to get over there. I mean, like I said, I'm noticing with a lot of channels I'm subscribed to, just in general, I'm subscribed to like 150 YouTube channels, and there's just not a lot of content that gets put out there. There's a lot of consistent ones that a lot of channels put out, but there's a lot of channels I'm subscribed to. They haven't put a video out in 3 months, 6 months, a year. And I do go through. Now, if it's a friend, if it's somebody I know, I try to stay subscribed to them, but they haven't put a video out in 2 to 3 years. And maybe I just use the video for some instruction on something. I'll unsub. I don't unsub that often, but I mean, sometimes there's just not a lot of content that gets out there. So I'm always looking for something new to go check out, new to subscribe to, and just have, because I consume most of my viewing is basically truck and gun videos on YouTube. That's what I watch the majority of the time, podcasts, two-way information and stuff like that, but I'm very kind of centered around one type of content, but there isn't always a lot of stuff being put out there.
Well, and that's one thing. I won't guarantee that it's good content, but I do guarantee you have Tuesdays. Tuesdays, I have just I went from 2A Tuesday, and shamelessly sucking up here, I switched my live stream to Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Just so that I would have my Thursdays freed up to hit up Caliber Corner every now and then.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And so I figure, we started a lot of I entered into a lot of cool relationships at Thunder On The Prairie, and why not try to cultivate those? I help you guys out, you help me out, and hey, we all win. But yeah, as far as the vision is to use this as kind of like the common thread, but I want to give concealed carry classes if I'm happen to be living in a jurisdiction that has concealed carry, because I'm actually looking at moving to Missouri or Indiana, someplace that's a constitutional carry, a little more 2A friendly than the People's Republic of Illinois.
So,
But then I want to give concealed carry classes like Pistol 101 classes, advanced pistol, rifle classes, Glock assembly and disassembly customization classes, self-defense classes, that, all that kind of stuff. And so something like Nebraska Shooters is very close to what I am envisioning, because I want to get 5-10 acres of land, have my house on it, and then have at least two ranges, one set up just for my own personal use for reviews and stuff like that, and for classes, and then one range where people can buy a membership, say like $10-20 a month or something like that, or whatever. I haven't really set a price or anything. And then they can just buy a membership, come out and target shoot, and just generally have fun and keep their skills up. And then on top of it, if the if Dragon packs keep going, then I'll expand those as I can. If they just stay at the level they're at now, hey, that's fine too. But I'm just looking at being able to do something I love, make a little bit of a living off of it. I don't have to be rich, just make enough to provide for my family, and in doing so, have more time with my family and kids. Because believe it or not, I actually enjoy spending time with them. I mean, my little daughter's like my youngest one. She's like my little gun buddy. She like comes over and wants to help me build stuff, and she's always asking questions, wanting to be in videos. Matter of fact, I'm going to record 2 videos after we get done here. And she was asking me earlier, she saw one of the packages, and she's like, "Can I be in the video, Daddy?" Hey.
That was awesome. Yeah, I've seen the ones you do with the kids. That's awesome that you do that, man. And I know I came home and worked on 6 videos on I don't know what day it was. I lost track of last weekend, dude. I don't know. Maybe it was Monday or something. The whole day, all I did was put videos together, or Sunday or something. Whatever it was. But anyway, here we go. Kingpin says it best. Any shows quarking me gets steamrolled by the Travi. Sure, I get 200 or 300 views on Caliber Corner, but we're taking out small channels left and right. So move over, people. Sure, no, it's okay. It's all good. And I appreciate you doing that. And I'm gonna hope I can keep doing the Thursday thing. It works with my schedule. Thursdays and Saturdays. Saturdays don't always work because I'm closer to family now since I moved 2 years ago. So the family's always got this honey-do list on the weekends. They need help with stuff. And I usually do Caliber Corner, either go to the range and film a video, or I go to my grandparents or my parents, or I work on stuff around the house. Or, I mean, obviously I got a job too, just like most people. So that's pretty much what I do. So Squib, you were going to go ahead. Squib, what'd you say you wanted, Squib? You wanted a neon green My Little Pony Hydro Dipped Glock 17. Is that right, Squib? Isn't that what you said? You want a little unicorn horn on the front for the site?
I mean, stranger things have been. We won't talk about it.
I just threw that out in the middle of nowhere. I just want to give you guys a little heads up here. Squib may or may not be just looking a little bit to the Glock side. There's a possibility. We don't know. But I'll let whatever Squib feels like opening up with you guys about that and sharing with you. We're gonna let him do that. I'm not gonna force it out of him. Yeah.
I will say he may or may not admit it, but when he was shooting I let him shoot my 29 long and my just regular G29, and there was a big smile on his face, and that's unusual. But anyway, there was a big smile on his face, and he turned around after the first shot and looked at me. He goes, "That's not too bad," or something like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, I got him. I got
my G17," and I told him, I said, "It's the 1911 of Glocks." I don't even know what the heck that's supposed to mean, but it really is. So it's the 1911 of Glocks. It's the OG, man. People hate Glocks, but they got a G17. You
should have told him it's the Schofield revolver of Glock.
Exactly, man.
It's the Walker.
Yeah. Let's see, Squib, did you have any questions for Wayward Son? We're going to wrap it up here in just a couple minutes. We only go for an hour because Sandhills Media has his show go live in an hour, and I'm usually on his and stuff. So, Squib, you got any questions for the man here?
No.
All right, man. Now, Squib's man, a few words, but what he says can be very powerful. So you just gotta. But once you get Squib going, man, you can't get him to stop. So. All right, good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad we could kind of show off your channel. I love your playlists up there. That's cool because say I want to watch, the last couple tack packs or the last couple, crate and barrel unboxings. I'm just picking all these other services. It's like I want to see what crate and barrel.
Pier 1 imports, I
want to see Pier 1, the latest IKEA, haul, that I can check out your playlist and see what's on there. So no, that's cool. I think you got a great website, and I hope you can start to grow your viewer base and on. When you've got your show going on, I appreciate you moving for my time slot. I mean, I don't get a lot of views on Caliber Corner. It really depends on the topic. That really has a lot to do with who watches it. I got a lot of regulars that are here every week, but hey, I'm you're invited to be back on the panel. And
I'm sure tonight was probably the lowest rated one you've had.
No, this is really sad. No, the lowest one. Do you really want to know what the lowest one is? Just about one of the lowest ones.
What's that?
9/11, 20 years later.
Really?
That's kind of a mic drop, isn't it? I know one of the highest ones I had was, I don't know, so like budget handguns or maybe Glock mods or something like that. And yeah, the 9/11 one. We also had one on dog ownership, dogs as defensive tools versus pets and that one didn't do very good. And I don't care if I get a lot of views or not, but it's really interesting looking at the metrics of what gets the views for a live stream. A lot of people don't realize it, where there's a lot of people that are live all the time, and I watch it regardless of the topic, just because I enjoy these people. I like to listen to them. I participate in the discussions. So anyway, yeah, it can be very interesting sometimes. But man, it's been great having you here. I appreciate you stopping by, and it was good. I had fun shooting with you. And although you owe me one, I did not get to shoot a dagger. I was going to, but between running around like a chicken with my head cut off and doing some filming and having Squib show me the art of the black powder revolver, I just did not get a chance to shoot a dagger. So yeah.
But you did get to shoot a Steyr.
This is true.
I did facilitate that. You gotta give me props there.
That was cool. That was an interesting pistol. That was a whole new experience. Yes, the Steyr M9.
You owe me one because now I got to chunk down a big chunk of money on a CZ Shadow 2.
That's right.
It's you and Dorothy and Foos's fault.
Exactly, man. Exactly. We had a lot of fun little pistols floating around and rifles and stuff like that. So it was cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. So, John, I'm going to give you the honor of just giving us your outro. Where can we find you? Where should we go? What do we need to know? Go ahead, man.
All right. Well, I will say, Travis, it was great being on here, and I really do appreciate the little bit of a push and the invite. God bless you, man. As far as where you can find me, we've covered it pretty much ad nauseum, but WaywardSonCustomGun.com is the website. Wayward Son Custom, no gun on the end, is the YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Patreon, Full 30, more to come. And, about the only thing else I can say is thanks again, Travis, and watch your six and carry on.
Always, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. So I went ahead and put that's probably gonna get my stream shut down now. Who knows? Go black, get a strike. But yeah, I went ahead and put Wayward Son's address out there. You guys can click on it. Tim S said new sub. Get over there, guys. If you got, if you want to watch something good, you want to learn something new, check out some fun stuff. Support somebody who's part of the community. He's a great guy. We had a chance to do a lot of shooting together and hanging out and just kind of bond at Thunder on the Prairie. 2022 was a lot of fun. So appreciate having you there, man. Awesome.
All right. Being there.
Cool, man. Cool. It was a fun time. Single shot. Anything we say before we go? Give him a moment to hit the mute. He's piloting, 50 tons of American
Get this
steel
mic unmuted.
Focus on the road. Focus on the road. All right, man. Now, anything you say before we go?
All of a sudden, we hear a crash.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Oh, don't say that. Yep. Not the way my night went last night, and the day is gone so far today. Good God.
Every day's an
I don't need
this,
that.
Man, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Right.
But, no, it's good to hear you. And I will certainly look up your channel and give you another sub. I don't have a big channel on YouTube or Rumble, but it is there under single shot with an exclamation point. And Rumble is Daywolf. So take care, everybody. Thanks for the invite, Travis. Appreciate it. America moves by truck.
There you go.
Amen, brother.
Luke B gave us an update from a comment that he posted a couple weeks ago. My arrow rifle that took a spill the other week is still fine. Optic maintains 0. There you go. There was kind of this bet that we were having as to whether or not it kept 0 after getting dropped from like 6 feet, and it worked. So there you go. There you go. All right, Luke B, congratulations, man. I do appreciate it. And last, certainly not the least, but the best, Squib Load. Any final words of wisdom before we go?
No.
All right. Well, Squib, we appreciate having you here, man. It's been good having everybody stop by. And let's go ahead and give a little shout out on the YouTube side to everybody that watched this evening. I appreciate you guys being here. It was awesome having everybody here. So Tim S out there, Luke B, Constitutional Republican, Mike F Jr., Kingpin in the house, Defense Dad, New York Outcast, Calaveras 32 Special, M Gabriel's out there also. Let's see, Defense Dad, if I didn't already mention it. YNH was watching Air Guns 1776. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy watching too. Tony York out there. Tony's been on the panel a lot. He's been with us pretty much since the beginning. Caliber Corner just turned 5 in June, so that's a little milestone for us. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, it's been a good one. We actually didn't even get to have an episode because we did Thunder on the Prairie. That would have been our anniversary date, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Why? Where was the cake and ice cream, Travis? Such an epic fail.
Oh, okay. Rain check next year, because Thunder on the Prairie next year. It might just happen.
No. You're good. The anniversary was May 13th.
Oh, I thought it was June. I thought we started in June.
You posted the link to Caliber Corner number 1 because you weren't able to do the show that day, and you posted a link to it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was May 13th. That was the 5-year.
Oh, crap. So I guess we overshot it then. So there we go. Either way, I think I had something going on that Saturday. So, all right.
Yeah, so you weren't around for the cake and ice cream. So
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm very humbled, Travis. I don't have my own personal historian for the channel. I'm going to have
Squib's been on almost every
I'm gonna have to
episode,
look
so he
into that.
reminds me, he's
So, hit me up at Wayward Son Custom gun at gmail.com and let me know if you, send me your resume for channel historian.
dude, he doesn't forget anything, so it's could be a problem sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all right. I'm going to have a couple of smart Alex actually send me a resume. You wait and
pretty
see.
much. I won't be surprised Squib will give you, I think you're overqualified for this position. Surely you have a training program for somebody such as myself, Yeah. Let's see who else is out there. We got Tony York watching, New York Outcast, Gunmetal Guy USA in the house, and anybody I missed, Eduardo Espinosa watching today, Alaskan Ballistics out there too. Let's see, and that's probably about it. So Tactical FUD, man, if I missed anybody, I apologize. We'll see everybody on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. I want you guys to get over and do check out Sandhills Media channel. And again, we got a show going this evening, I think at 8 o'clock. I'll get off my lawn if I'm not mistaken, and it should be over there. Otherwise, I appreciate everybody watching. And yeah, I think that's it. So I want you guys to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, everybody.